Hey everyone, I'm Josh, and in this video I want to talk to you about why you shouldn't be 100% supportive of other people. I've noticed that sometimes people take this stance because, we care about other people, right? So we want to be there for them, we want to support them 100%, but this can actually be a dangerous and unhelpful thing because sometimes people have bad behavior that they engage in. Sometimes people can be toxic. And if you are constantly supporting somebody else through everything, that also means you may be enabling their bad behavior, their toxicity, and this isn't good. So I would argue you should never be 100% supportive of other people because you should be willing to be tough on them when it counts, when it matters, when they're being bad. We all have encountered instances like this, right? Like nobody out there probably has perfect friends who never engage in bad things or make bad decisions and that sort of thing. It should more so be repeated bad decisions because we all make mistakes. But if someone keeps repeating those mistakes, you should step in at some point and say, hey, what the heck are you doing? Like, I care about you and you're dismantling your life slowly over time by doing this thing over and over again. What's going on? Talk to me. You need to be tough on people you care about when they're dismantling their own lives, when they're self-sabotaging like that. You don't want to support someone through everything. You don't want to enable their bad behavior. So this is why I would argue that it's important for you, if you truly care about other people, to also be willing to be tough on them. You don't want to be that friend who is always a goody two-shoes to them and is always incredibly kind to them, but you never hold them accountable for their bad behavior and their bad decisions. You just don't want to be that way. And a lot of people don't realize this, but it's incredibly helpful when you actually do hold people accountable like that. It gives them an opportunity to grow and become a better human being. Now, I will throw in here that, of course, there will be some people who won't like you doing this. It'll probably trigger them and make them get frustrated with you. And that's probably because that's someone who isn't really used to working on themselves and they don't like being held accountable for their bad behavior. They don't like being told, hey, you're imperfect and sometimes you do bad things, right? We've all encountered people like this. We all know this example. And I would say if you have a lot of people like this in your friend group, maybe they're not the best friends for you to have in your life. I know it can hurt to hear that, but if you can't hold them accountable for the times where they're being difficult to be around or where they're hurting other people or just being rude or callous to others, that's not good. You shouldn't want friends like that, especially if you're on the journey of personal development yourself and you're striving to become a better human being over time. You shouldn't want to engage with people like this. You should want your friends to be on a similar level to you, or at least working towards a higher level. So that means they should be willing to be held accountable. They should be willing to have those opportunities to grow. And rather than getting frustrated at you or triggered by you bringing those growth opportunities up to them, instead, they should actually be glad that you're bringing it to their awareness, because maybe it's a blind spot for them. A good friend will always say, thank you for pointing that out. I didn't realize I was doing those things, and now I know, and I can stop doing them in the future, or at least be more conscious about it. That's what good friends do. They don't mind being held accountable. They're not going to get bent out of shape. They're not going to want to no longer be your friend just because you're calling them out on the times where they're being a not so great person. So there you go. This is why I would encourage you to never be 100% fully supportive of your friends. Although there is a fun semantics thing here where you could make the case that holding your friends accountable and pushing them to become better is you still supporting them. And I would even say that it is. The only problem is that sometimes people will view support as, being there for your friends through thick and thin and encouraging them throughout everything they're doing, which wouldn't be all that helpful if that includes their bad behavior and you being supportive of them when, let's say, they're being mean to someone else, or let's say they cheat on someone and then you're supporting them throughout that. You're encouraging and enabling that behavior. Like, that's not good. So I wanted to make that distinction, even though you could say being hard on your friends and holding them accountable like that is you still supporting them, because it basically is. Just many people may not view it in that way. But I did want to bring up that little semantics case here because I know some people will be thinking it, and yeah, it's true. Holding your friends accountable, still being supportive, you're helping them grow. So this is a good way to go through life. You just want to make sure you're not enabling bad behavior in the people you care about, because that doesn't help them get anywhere in life, and it doesn't help you having a friend who isn't striving to be the best they can be. So don't be afraid to call out your friends on those blind spots they may not be aware of, or just the times where they're not being a good person and maybe they're engaging in bad activities like being rude to other people when it's uncalled for, or God forbid something as egregious as cheating on someone. Yeah, just make sure you don't let the people you care about get away with stuff like that, because it's no good. But that's pretty much all I wanted to talk about in this video. I truly hope that you found this useful. If you enjoy content like this, be sure to subscribe for more. If you're already subscribed, be sure to throw a thumbs up on it for the algorithm. That helps me out a lot. And let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. But anyway, that's all I have for you. I'll see you guys in the next video. Arrivederci!